This video presents the second scenario to determine the points of intersection of a circle and a straight line. The line 2x minus y plus 4 is equal to 0 intersects the circle, well, the equation of the circle, x squared plus y squared minus 6x minus 2y minus 7 equals 0. That's the equation of the circle at 2 points P and Q. We are required to find the coordinates of the points P and Q. Now for the solution, remember from the first video, we are using the substitution method to solve nonlinear simultaneous equations. So we look at our first equation given. Our first equation given was 2x minus y plus 4 equals 0. I'm going to label this as equation 1. My second equation given is x squared plus y squared, right, plus y squared minus 6x minus 2y minus 7 equals 0. This is my second equation. Now, recall from the first video, we are taking the linear equation and rearrange it to make our substitution. The linear equation here is equation 1. All right, so I'm going to make a substitution there, and I'm going to make a substitution for y. So I'm going to say from equation 1, I'm going to rearrange this equation so that y is the subject of the formula. So what I will get here is y is equal to 2x plus 4 once I rearrange the equation, and this is going to be called my equation 3. Once I have equation 3, now I'm going to substitute that value for y into the second equation. So we're going to substitute equation 3 into equation 2. Right, so let's do that. So wherever we see y in equation 2, we're going to substitute it with 2x plus 4. So we have x squared, sorry for my handwriting there. So x squared plus, we had y squared, so that is going to be 2x plus 4 squared minus 6x minus 2y, and we're going to replace that y with 2x plus 4 minus 7 is equal to 0. Now all we're going to do here now is simplify. So we have to simplify here this 2 plus 4x squared, and we have to simplify this here, right? Which means we have to remove those brackets. So in removing those brackets here, well, I have x squared here. I didn't have to simplify that. I, however, have to simplify 2x plus 4 squared. And I'm going to use the rule here that a plus b squared is equivalent to a squared plus 2ab, which means 2 multiplied by a multiplied by b plus b squared. So let's make a substitution there. My a is 2x and my b value is 4. So let's do that. So it's going to be 2x squared plus 2 brackets a, which is 2x, and b, which is 4. That's the substitution there. And we have 4 squared. All right, so let's simplify that. So 2x squared is 4x squared plus 2 times 2x, that's 4x, and 4x times 4, 4 times 4 is, that's 16x. And then 4 squared represents 16. So we're going to get here 4x squared plus 16x plus 16. Right, so we have just simplified, this x squared term here, minus 6x minus, right, so we're multiplying everything inside the bracket here by -2, so this is going to be negative 4x. -2 by 4, positive 4, that's going to be -8 minus 7 equals 0. So just be very careful with brackets and expanding the brackets. All right, so what we're going to do at this point, as in the first video, we are going to combine. So I'm going to combine, so let's just make a note of that. So I'm going to combine like terms. And on combining like terms, remember, like terms are terms with the same algebraic symbols. So I have here x squared, we just use a different color, x squared. Do you have any other x squared terms? All right, 4x squared, that's the only 2x squared terms we have. So let's write that. So it's x squared plus 4x squared. It's already close together. The next algebraic term we want to look at is the x variable. So we have here, we have 16x plus 16x minus 6x minus 4x. Right, so let's put that or combine that close together. So we have plus 16x minus 6x minus 4x. Right, we have that now. Now we have to combine the constants. The constant terms have no variables attached to it. So the only constant terms we have is plus 16 minus 8 minus 7. Right, so plus 16 minus 8 minus 7. All right, so we have to simplify and work out these terms now. So 4x squared plus x squared, it's 5x squared. 16x minus 6x, that's 10x. 10x minus 4x, it's going to be 6x. So this is plus 6x here. And then 16 minus 8, that will be 8. 8 minus 7, that's 1. So we have here, so this is what we end up with here. We end up with a quadratic equation. And as I said, there are 3 different methods to solve quadratic equations. Right, so we have to solve the quadratic equation. All right, and there are 3 different methods, and the 3 different methods that we could use: factorization, we can use the quadratic formula, or we could use completing the square. I think I have a, all right, completing the square. All right. All right, completing the square. Right, so we have that. So those are the 3 methods that we could use to solve a quadratic equation. All right, now what I'm going to use here, I am going to use factorization here because this could be factorized. So we have here if we factorize this could be factorized. We factorize this is going to end up being 5x plus 1 and x plus 1, and that will be equal to 0. So we have to look at the both cases, two different cases. So the first case we have, so case 1 is 5x plus 1, and that's equal to 0. So in this case, x is going to be, well, if I take my time, 5x is going to be -1. So therefore, x is going to be -1 over 5. And then the second case, let's say case 2. Case 2, we had x plus 1 equals 0. So x plus x will be equal to -1 here. Now remember, the question had asked us here, we have to find two different points P and points Q. All right, so there are two different points we have to find. So two different x values and two different y values. So let's look at the first case. For the first case, the respective y value. So remember, in order to work out the y values, we are using the linear part of the equation. And the linear part of the equation that we're going to be using is equation 3. Right, so this equation here, we're going to be using this here. Right, so we have here now, so for the first case, so we're going to substitute x is equal to -1/5. Right, that is not looking nice. -1/5 into, right, equation 3. And equation 3 was y is equal to 2x plus 4. So I'm just going to substitute x inside here. So y will be equal to 2 times -1/5 plus 4. If I work out this here, this is going to be here -2/5 plus 4. I could write 4 as a fraction of 5. So I could write this as 20 over 5. All right, so y is going to be equal to 18 over 5. All right, so my coordinate, let's say my first coordinate is going to be -1/5 on the x, and on the y is 18 over 5. You can change it into a mixed number if you like. It's not necessary. All right, and the second for the second scenario, or the second case, we're going to substitute x equals -1 into equation 3. So it's going to be y is equal to 2 times -1 plus 4. 2 times -1, that's -2 plus 4. So y is going to be equal to 2, right? So our second point is the x value is -1 and the y value is 2. So we could call the 2 points as respective. This point could be called P. This is P here, and this point is Q. I hope this video was very informative.